everybody. Welcome to In the Kitchen with Tally Faye. Hope everybody's doing good out there in YouTube land. We're doing good here. It's a Sunday, yeah, it's a Sunday afternoon. So, it's early in the afternoon though, and I'm gonna work on this recipe and get this one done and out of the way. It's our dessert for tonight. And then later on this evening, I got to do it before the football game, y'all. I can't be in here doing videos. Buzz has to watch his football. I won't lie, I do too. But anyway, that's this evening. Today, right now, we're going to be doing this dessert, and it's old time stuff. It's we're going to make us it's a pie. It's absolutely a pie, but in a way, it's kind of cobblery. Like, because I'm going to put some dough in the middle in the layers a little bit where you get them doughy bites with it and stuff, because I love that, you know. But we're going to be making it with our blackberries from the freezer. Do you like homemade blackberry pie? I just call it berry. If I say berry, that's what I mean. I think that's what most people mean around here anyway. When you say berry, if you just say berry and don't say any other name with it or whatever, they know that you mean blackberries. And I've always thought they were dewberries, but apparently there's a difference in dewberries and blackberries or whatever. But either way, it's berry pie, y'all, okay? And I hope y'all want to try this, because this is good old homemade stuff here, y'all. And I know I got on this vest and it's big, y'all. Look how big it is on me. Let me back up. It's my daddy's vest. I like to wear daddy's vest. I wear his jackets and his vest, and you'll always see me having his watch on. It keeps him with me. I don't know. So, I know this vest is too big for me, but it's my daddy loving on me, okay? So y'all don't think nothing about that I've got on a huge vest and that it's wrong size for me, but whatever. It's my daddy's and his watch. Anyway. Love you, Daddy. Okay. Let's get this berry pie made. It's really easy, y'all, okay? And let me get it down here. I'll go ahead and put it down here where we can see what we're doing. Okay? I've got everything measured out here and worked out on it. The first thing I want to show you is the berries, okay? See, they're frozen, right? I got them in the freezer where we put them up this summer. So what I did was I put in this bowl, y'all, 6 cups of berries, okay? Got that over a little far. There we go. I've got 6 cups of berries in this bowl. And I just put them in there frozen. Just dumped them in there frozen. Okay? So it's 6 cups of berries and 2.5 cups of sugar. And 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Okay? And so I've just been letting it sit there and let the berries thaw out with that sugar on them and walk by every now and then and stir them around a little bit. But this should be plenty of berries for this pie. I hope it's not too many, but I don't know how there could ever be too many, but either way. So see, they're still frozen, but the sugar's starting to melt in them and stuff. But anyway, they're delicious and they smell wonderful. So I've got the berries done. Now, the next thing we're going to do is this pie crust that I seen this recipe where you make it in your plate. Okay? Back that up. There we go. You make it in your plate. So it's not greased, nothing. But it's a good deep one. Okay? It's a good deep one. This is so easy to make, y'all. And I want you to know that I've already made one recipe of this crust because I wanted to do the lattice work thing on it, but this crust isn't great for that. For when you go to cutting out the strips and trying to pick up the strips, they'll break. However, you can cut it into little squares. See, I've got saran wrap over it because I don't want them to dry out. But you can cut it into little squares like dumpling squares. And that's what we're going to do. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Right? Where there's a will, there's a way. So, I I've got one recipe already made up here. All right, and cutting into little squares that we're gonna put in the middle and on the top for our top crust deal. But this is that same recipe, and this is what you do with it. It's meant to make in your pan. So, you know, if you want to make like any kind of pie without a topping on it, that's the way to go with this recipe, okay? And you can make it where you just bake the crust for like doing chocolate and lemon and stuff like that for cream pies or whatever, where your crust is already baked. Or you can make it like I'm fixing to do, where you bake it with your stuff in it, you know, like this berry pie we're gonna do. All right, here we go. It's very easy, y'all. You start out with 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And you just dump it in there, okay? Then you need 2 tablespoons of sugar, granulated sugar. Dump that in there. And then you need 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. Now, just kind of stir that around a little bit. And my oven's ready. I've got my oven preheated at 325, okay? Because we're going to cook this easy, since I want the berries and the dumpling thingy or whatever in there to get done good, right? So let it cook a little slow and be all bubbly and stuff and everything. So, all right, that's all you got to do is just kind of stir that around a little bit. Good enough. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 1/2 of a cup of oil. Mine's canola oil, vegetable oil, or canola oil, okay? Not olive oil. All right, you just pour that in here. And when you do that, you're gonna stir that around a little bit. Stir your oil into it. This is an easy recipe I've seen done on here, and I tell you what, if you want to make an easy crust for pretty much any kind of pie you want to do, this is the way to go, y'all. Absolutely. So see, I'm just getting it stirred in there where the oil is getting mixed in with the flour. Okay, see, that's good enough right there. See how it is? Okay. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do is add 3.5 tablespoons of whole milk. Just pour that in there. Okay. Now, you just stir this around for a minute. Do it like that. Okay, that's good enough right there. Uh-oh, I got to take Daddy's watch off, y'all. What we got to do here, and I should have had this out already, I need me a little bit of flour with my hands. So I'm just going to get me a little bit of flour on my hands, like this. We're going to put it together. And mix it up with our hands a little bit. You want to get it in a ball. Get it in that dough ball that you want. And now if it seems like it's a little dry to you, you know, if it seems a little dry where it's not, where you can't handle it and it's crumbling off or whatever, add you just a little old bitty pinch of milk to it at a time. But look at that. Turned out perfect. That's how easy that is, y'all. 1.5 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Stir that together in your pie plate. Add 1/2 cup of oil. Mix that a little bit and stir it up just a little bit. And then 3.5 tablespoons of milk. Stir that in there, and then take your hands and mix it together. And you have a pie crust. So now, all we got to do is press it out in our pan. You want to Press it out there as evenly as possible. Some people will take like the bottom of their jar here or something, you know, where they can do it, but I just do it with my fingers. Anyway, trying to get it out as evenly as possible and bring it on up, you know, to the top like that, around your edges. And I want to get it up there where I can bring it to the top, you know. Work on it like that. It's going to be delicious, y'all. All we got to do when we get it up here is get our berries dumped in there. So see, I'm about to get it up where I want it, around the edges. I'm going to go around it and give them a little bit of a pinch there, just to try to make it a little bit pretty. A little pretty, we can do that. Because we're going to put our little dough squares on the top of it here in a little bit, very shortly. Okay. There we go. We got it pressed out, even as I can get it. And now, all we got to do is take our berries with our sugar and cornstarch, and we're going to just dump them in here, y'all. Actually, what I need to do is dump half of it in there. I forgot I was going to do the little dumpling thing, show y'all that. Okay, so we're going to put, just say half of the berries in here, right? Spread them out. Okay, I just want to make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, and now we're going to take the other recipe of the pie crust that I made up, and see, and I just cut it in little squares. Just cutting squares like that, right? I'm going to just take some. Try to save the prettier ones for the top, right? Not that it matters, y'all. All these little pieces, I'll put them in there too, where it was on the outside edge of it. Just lay you some dough pieces in there. Like I say, maybe the broken ones or whatever. Because like I say, this is really meant to make right there in your pan. But it worked out just fine. I just put me some flour on my board and put my dough ball on there and rolled it out and put me some more flour, whatever I had to do just to flatten it out. And get it to do that. Okay, that's probably about all I'm going to put in there. Alright, now we'll do the rest of our berries right on top of that. Get all that liquid, all your sugar raked out of there, because that's going to make your liquid. And that's you make your juice. And you want some, that berry juice is so good. Especially if you like to put ice cream and stuff on top of yours. I don't even need ice cream with mine. I like mine just fine, just by itself. But a lot of people like to get ice cream and put on them. And you can absolutely do that if you want to. Okay. See, for this big old pie plate, it took the 6 cups of berries for one of them deep dish pie plates, y'all. Okay. There's that. Now, let me see. If y'all ever like to do that, where you take the berries and put them in a bowl and put sugar and milk on them, we loved that as a kid. I still do. I absolutely still do. Okay. Got that done. Now we're just going to take our little squares. We're just going to go around here. We'll see if we can make it pretty, y'all. Y'all know I'm not real good at making them pretty. As long as they taste good, that's really... Yeah, y'all can see what I'm doing there. Really the main thing, right? Because I've tasted a lot of pretty things that weren't very good. So, pretty ain't the main thing that matters, but you do appreciate it being pretty. Put all that work into it and everything, you want it to be appealing, right? Just put these little squares all in here however you want. You know, you just have to figure out your little pattern or whatever on there you want to do with them. That one wasn't pretty, y'all. We'll go around here on this edge. Put some of these up on this edge. Just because I got plenty of them. And they'll bake down on there. I think it's going to work out just fine, y'all. I just want to keep putting them on there, you know. That's how it does when you're doing the lattice work thing on it. It's overlayered on each other. And we know if we cook this slow and that starts bubbling up, it'll bubble up through all the little pockets and stuff in there. I think that's good enough, y'all. I only got that much left. See, that's nothing. Okay, now, the next thing I want to do, take me a stick of butter. Whole stick, y'all. Take me a stick of butter. Okay, I'm just going to take it and do me some little butter pats all around it. All the way around it, all on the top. I want that butter to melt down in there. Oh, that butter makes it so good, y'all. Get the butter going on it. Oops, got it on top of the other one, but hey, that don't hurt nothing. It's gonna melt and go down in there. All right, y'all. One last thing I like to do. Just a little bit of it. Let me get this finished. Okay, there's our butter. Okay. One thing I like to do is just take me, get it over here. Take me just a little bit of sugar. I just got me some in my scoop. I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle it on there. And y'all listen, some people like to take a pinch of cinnamon and put in there. And I like it, but Buzz isn't crazy about the cinnamon thing. So I leave that alone. And you don't have to put it in here. It's not necessary, okay? It's not. But anyway, add you some sugar sprinkles on the top, and that helps give it even a more crusty top. That's good, okay? Just however much you want on there. and you don't have to do that, but I love doing that. All right, very last thing we're gonna do here. First thing, I'm gonna get a cookie sheet to set this on. Oh Lord, sugar's heavy, y'all. That's a lot of stuff in there. Okay, now y'all know I do my foil thing, right? Around the edges, because I don't want the edges to burn. So I'm just going to take it and just do this foil around the edges, pinch it on there. They make pie rings. I've told y'all that before. They make pie rings that you can put on there, but I don't have a pie ring, so I just use my foil, and then I'll reuse this foil for something, because it ain't hurt just doing this with it. I'll use that foil for something. Everything's so expensive. You got to figure out how to do some of that stuff. All right, y'all, there it is. We're gonna put this booger in the oven, and I really don't know how long. Probably an hour or something, you know. But I'll watch it, and we'll see the timing on it. And it's 325. The oven is at 325, okay? And there's what we're fixing to put in the oven, okay? Big old berry pie. I'll be back after a little while. Okay, y'all, I got it out of the oven, and it was in there for an hour and 45 minutes. What I did was let me see what the first hour and 20 minutes, I baked it at the 325, right? Then I turned it up to 350 and finished baking it the last 25 minutes on the 350, okay? But y'all look at this. Look at that, it's still bubbling. What you think? Look, I'm glad I put it on the cookie sheet. That's why you do that. But any-oh-hoo, y'all, looky there. It's too hot for me to cut right now. Now, if I get a chance, I'll cut it and show y'all on a little plate or something after a while. But otherwise, that's the main thing. I wanted y'all to see it and know the time. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Y'all, that's going to be some good stuff right there. That's a homemade berry pie. Everything from scratch and easy. Y'all ought to do it. Some good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. And y'all give it a try, okay? And I will see y'all after a while when I do a supper video before the football game. So, see y'all in the kitchen with Tally Faye.